Okay, our first math lesson this year, I asked you how many dimes are there in $1? How many dimes are there in $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, and $100,000? Who wants to come up and share their answers with the class? Okay. So tell us what you did to solve this.
Our strategy to solving this problem was to add a 0 to the end, or to times 10 the number before the next number to get the result of the next question. The answer to question number 1 was 10 dimes, number 2 100 dimes, number 3 1,000 dimes, number 4 100,000 dimes, and number 5 1,000,000 dimes.
Did someone else actually do the multiplication on their paper so we could put it beside this one so we could see what it looks like? Here they started off, they showed an example here with that one right there, 10 times 10. So what would this one be if we had to turn this into a multiplication sentence? This one was 10 times 10. What would the next one be? Yeah. 100 times 10. Where are we getting the number 100 from? What does this number represent?
Dimes.
The dimes? Do we agree that this is the dimes? What do we think this is? Dollars. But could it be the dimes? No, this is actually coming from the dollars right now. The 10 is the dimes. Okay. So now at least we cleared up that confusion, right? And why is it times 10? Why are the dimes times 10?
Because whenever you add 0,
Okay.
and whenever you're multiplying by 10, your number always.
Why do we do times 10? What do we know about a dime? Anybody?
That it has 10 cents.
That it's 10 cents. So let's write this down. Dime equals 10 cents. This might help us. Okay. So now if this is 100 times 10, what would this one be?
1,000 times 10.
1,000 times 10. All right. So we have a little pattern going here. And there's the answer. What would this one be?
10,000 times 10.
So we found this pattern. Now it's easy. And the last one would be?
100,000 times 10.
100,000 times 10. Okay. So there are two ways right there. We just showed you how to solve this. You notice the pattern. The pattern is multiplying by 10. Now here's the next part to the question. Here, you take this and give this back to that group over there. The next part of that question is this. How many nickels are there in $1? $10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, and 100,000. Before we get started, what information do we need to know? Assume someone's never been in this country before. What information do they need to know? $1 equals 100 cents. What else should they know based on this question? I'm going to write that down. A nickel equals 5 cents. So now before you get started, think, bless you, is there a pattern that could be applied from what we just learned to this question or not? I'll let you discover that as a group. You have about 3 minutes to figure this out. Go. So let's talk about what you guys did here.
We knew that 5 was a half of 10, so then to get an answer on any of the questions, we had to double the number.
So doubling it is multiplying it by
2.
right. So that was another way so you just told me two ways. The first way, here, I'm borrow your pencil here. Take this one. The first way, it looks like you did, because I saw your other paper, it said 20 times 5, right? Because it's 20 nickels times 5 equals $1. But another way you did it is you took your previous answer for the dimes, which is 10 dimes. Remember we did 10 times 10 on the previous one? We did 10 times 1, gave us 10. So now you know that you had 10 cents, and then 5 cents was double. So 10 times 2 is 20. And the other one was 100 times 2, 200. And so on, times 2. So the two strategies was 20 nickels times whatever you needed to multiply it by, and 200 and 2,000, or you could have just multiplied the previous answer by 2. Okay, so there are two ways to do it.